Well, it's Holy Week, and that, of course, means lots of special stuff that only happen once a year. And probably a lot of us are familiar with the beautiful liturgies of the evening Mass of the Lord's Supper on Holy Thursday and the commemoration of the Lord's Passion on Good Friday, and, of course, the most important liturgy of the whole year, the great solemn vigil of Easter in the Holy Night on Saturday night into Sunday morning. But what people might not be aware of is that there is another liturgy that is only during Holy Week and is very important, and that is the Chrism Mass. Ordinarily, the only Mass celebrated on Holy Thursday is the one in the evening, with one exception. The Chrism Mass is a proper Mass of Holy Thursday in the morning, in which the holy oils for the coming year are blessed. And we'll talk about what holy oils in a minute. But first, I should probably clarify it's ideal that the Chrism Mass would take place Thursday morning, as it is a connection with the priesthood, and it is a gathering of all the priests especially, but it can be transferred. And so you might ask, why is Father Sean talking about this today? Well, because here in the Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas, we transfer the celebration of the Chrism Mass to Tuesday morning in Holy Week. And so today is the day for us in Kansas City. We are going to celebrate the Chrism Mass with Archbishop Naumann this morning, with a little bit modified because of COVID. So normally it would be a celebration of the entire diocese, but because of COVID, it's going to be just the priest with the archbishop. And here's what happens. So it's called the Chrism Mass. So there are actually 3 essential oils in the church. I know, essential oils are a big deal. Well, in the church, there are 3 essential oils because we need them for the sacraments. And that is the oil of the sick, the oil of catechumens, and the sacred chrism, which, as you might have guessed, that's where today's Chrism Mass gets its name. So the oil of the sick is pretty obvious. That's the oil that we used in the sacrament of the anointing of the sick. And so we use that special oil, and it is blessed by the archbishop in today's Chrism Mass. Although of the 3 oils, the oil of the sick is one that could be blessed by a priest if he needed to in the celebration of the sacrament of the anointing of the sick. Now, the other oil, the oil of catechumens, also called the oil of the saints, is used to anoint those who are preparing for baptism. And here at St. Patrick, we've got about 7 of those people who are, in fact, adults preparing for baptism. We also anoint little babies on their chest right before their baptism. The oil of catechumens is to prepare us to be athletes of Christ. And then finally, the sacred chrism. This is the oil that is used in the anointing after baptism. And for those who are adults, this is used for confirmation, as the oil that is the anointing after baptism is confirmation. And it is used to anoint the priest's hands after he is ordained a priest. It's used to anoint altars at their consecration. Also in the extraordinary form, used to anoint chalices and patens at their consecration and bells. So the chrism is the most holy oil in the church. And all 3 of the oils are made of olive oil, but the chrism gets a special perfume added to it. So you essential oil fans out there will appreciate this. Some balsam gets added to the chrism, mixed with it to make it smell really nice, so that when you get anointing with chrism, you really know it, because it smells super nice. So it's one of the things after I baptize a little baby. I love anointing their head with the chrism, and they smell nice all day. And of course, after I was ordained a priest, my hands smelled really nice, and people wanted to come smell and kiss my hands. And after an altar is dedicated, that's a lot of chrism, and it smells really nice. Well, the word chrism comes from the Greek Christos, which means anointed one. So sometimes we hear the word Jesus Christ, and we think, oh, like Christ, is that his last name? No, Jesus the Christ. Sometimes we watch the movie The Passion of the Christ, and people are like, well, why the? Because Christos is not a name, it means anointed one. Jesus the anointed one. We might be familiar more with the Hebrew word, Mashiach, or Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. And as Christians, you and I then are anointed ones. All of us as Christians have been anointed at least once at our baptism, probably again at our confirmation. And if you're a priest, you've been anointed a 3rd time with chrism to be ordained. So we're all Christ's. We're all anointed ones. And today, the priests gather with the archbishop so he can bless these sacred oils for the coming use of the church. And the other thing that happens is that all the priests renew our promises of priestly commitment. So we kind of re-up for the next year to say, yeah, I think I'm going to keep serving Jesus. Which, if you're a priest, that's a good thing to do. In fact, that's a good thing for all of us to do, whether you're a priest or not. So today, pray for your priest as we gather here in Kansas City today, or throughout the coming week around the world. Priests will gather with the bishop to renew their priestly promises and consecrate the oils for the upcoming year. Pray for your priest and know that we are all praying for you. We are all together anointed ones, Christ's. And God bless you.